Hey folks, John Hartsell here, sitting with Representative Rebecca Rios. She is the minority leader in the House of Representatives in the Arizona legislature. We're here to talk a little bit about the Voter Protection Act and the repeal that's been introduced. Representative Rios, you know that there are a few bills, House concurrent resolutions that would repeal the Voter Protection Act. Can you talk a little bit about why your caucus, the Democratic caucus, is opposed to those repeals?
Absolutely. What we're seeing this year is an entire package of bills that, quite honestly, are a direct assault on the ability for real Arizonan citizens to put forward initiatives, and not only put forward initiatives, but also once they're on the ballot, to no longer have them voter protected. And you and I both know how critically important that is, specifically when we're looking at a legislature, that has been unresponsive to many needs of Arizona, as well as a legislature that is very much opposed, the conservatives, on medical marijuana or the minimum wage bill. And so they would like nothing better than to get their hands on some of the initiatives that have already passed and, quite honestly, undo them.
That's right. And as you know, this legislature couldn't get together just last year for a simple increase in sales tax to fulfill its commitment to public schools. Another voter initiated law through a referendum, which would also be impacted by these issues and these initiatives that could potentially go to the ballot. Why is a supermajority important relative to the Medical Marijuana Act, the Minimum Wage Initiative, those other issues that would be impacted by these?
Well, the supermajority, which was imposed through the Voter Protection Act, says you have to have 3/4 of the legislature voting on something that is going to further the intent of that initiative. And that truly is a very important safeguard, because once you lower that bar, it becomes very easy for a simple majority to go in and essentially undo whatever initiative language they don't like or they disagree with. So any tinkering, any lowering of that bar, you've essentially put all of those initiatives in jeopardy.
So I've just got to get this straight because I get the question all the time. A House concurrent resolution means that the Senate and the House have to both vote to push something through, and then it goes to the ballot. So these repeals would send something to the ballot asking the voters to repeal the Voter Protection Act. Can you help me understand that?
Yeah, and to me that is an incredibly arrogant position that this Republican-controlled legislature has taken. I find it comical that they're going to send this HCR, basically ask the voters of Arizona to give up their power, to put forward initiatives and give their power away to this legislature to undo any initiatives. I think it's incredibly arrogant. I think that the voters will overwhelmingly oppose that. I think initial polling has shown that that is the case. 70 to 80% of registered voters oppose that. But I think that gets to the heart of just how critically important it is for the majority Republicans here to be able to get into those initiatives and undo things that the voters have done. I mean, they will stop at nothing. And so we really need to be vigilant in terms of trying to get these bills from even making it to the governor's desk. But, in the event that it does make it to the ballot, voters need to be prepared and they need to get out and oppose that.
Now, we commonly are asking our supporters to communicate to this legislature with a singular message: don't pass these bills. And folks are growing a little tired of sending the same email to the same legislators and getting the same response. Why is it important for them to keep up the effort, to keep their strength, and to continue to send those emails?
It is very important for two reasons. One, it shores up support like Democrats that are on the right side of this issue. Just kind of remind us, yes, we're doing the right thing. We're doing what the people in Arizona want us to do. But more importantly, it puts pressure on those Republicans, not all of them, but those, and there's about 9 of them, that are wavering. And it is that public outcry via emails or phone calls that is getting to some of these folks. And we're starting to see that through press releases and other media that they're sending out. So it is having an impact. It is critical, because if those folks are not hearing that there's opposition by their constituents, they're going to assume that they can do this, and they're going to do it quite easily. So that heat has to kind of be turned up from now throughout Republican leaders and the governor specifically.
You heard it here, folks. That's Representative Rebecca Rios asking you to keep up the heat. This is Arizona. Let's turn the heat on, and let's let these legislators know that we don't want a repeal of Prop 105, the Voter Protection Act.